there are Chelsea waters out there. You keep it for a day or two in the sun, and then you cannot consume it. You cannot, because the standard, the quality is very, very low. Quality of the product, it's very, very low. So it's very necessary that a very reasonable tax regime is placed on these areas. The areas of, for instance, products like sachet water, and then import duties on some products that at the end of the day become waste products that have been dumped in our economy.
Okay.
So that we have a system where our people wouldn't be fed with very poisonous commodities, and we will be able to have responsible companies that can meet their corporate responsibility. Now let me touch on the road tolls. You would agree with me?
No, you may come to the road tolls later on, but I'm sure Rashid has something.
Okay.
In the case of water, sachet water, I beg to differ. What is the correlation between tax and quality of services? You were talking about buying some sachet water on the market, and after 2 days, putting on the sun after 2 days, the quality is in doubt. If you increase taxes, that doesn't mean that it goes to increase the quality of the water they are producing. In a way, it goes to cut the quality, because if you can't afford to pay or buy those rubbers, those chemicals he needs to. Anyway, I'm a chemist, so I know what I'm talking about. Those chemicals he needs to get. What does he do? He doesn't get them, produce the water, and we drink. What I'm saying here is that we need taxes, but the way and manner in which the NDC use the same tax to gain votes, as it to a political capital or votes, whatever they call it. That is my concern. If we agree that taxes is good, then NDC, MPP, PNC, CPP, we should run away from it. My side decided not to go into the argument of we not taxing people and all that. But the NDC kept on saying it, and it's clear. He even read it. They were not going to rely directly on taxes. But what are we seeing? How can he increase road tolls by 1,000%? And you tell us that it's not okay.
My brother, I don't want to believe you read very well the substance, the quotation that has been lifted from the NDC manifesto.
I read it to the
2008 elections, and you are indeed interpreting it from a very fair point of view. We never said, we never indicated in our manifesto that we were not going to, as it were, review or take a look at the existing tax regime.
My brother,
we said, we indicated.
Read it. It's there.
I want to first make reference to what we said in our manifesto.
Quote. I want to quote, because you don't have any source. Before source, I can go to the internet right now and look at it.
And of course, I have our manifesto.
So read
I have it with us.
Then read it.
I have it with us, but I don't have it here, so I cannot quote verbatim from the manifesto. But I can tell you, I can tell you for a fact that we didn't state in our manifesto that when we come, we are going to abrogate the tax regime in the system. We said we were going to review it. We are going to give it a human face, and we're going to make sure that at the end of the day, the people are spared of unnecessary taxes, unnecessary tax regime. And you would agree with me that with the revision in the tax regime, the end target, the end target of this current regime is going to be achieved.
I'm sure.
And at the end of the day,
very well. Now, if Rashid could finish before you come in,
Mr. Atta, I'm still surprised. He's run away from the fact. Is it telling us that what is written here is not it was not in their manifesto? They said the new NDC government will not introduce any new taxes. Instead, we shall seek to improve tax revenue by introducing reforms in tax administration, shifting from reliance on direct tax to indirect taxes, direct tax to indirect taxes, and enhancing tax incentives. My brother, it's clear in your manifesto. Why do we like playing politics with everything? This thing is here. After all I'm saying is that tax is good. I'm not running away from the fact that it's really good. From the days of Nkrumah, we were doing it, but the way in which these people score political points with the way they, you see, we need to educate our listeners on the need of taxes. But they should stop playing politics with this. My colleague here is in there. For Christ's sake, we are intellectuals. We can read and write. We can educate our colleagues. Don't let us enter into the game of politics. Let us be real. This is what you said. It's good. You are doing it. You raise funds for Ghana. But please, next time, don't use it as a campaign promise, because you can't go by it. That's what I want you to understand. You can't go by it. Now, in the case of pure water, as I said earlier on, when you go to other countries, they have their own style of taxation. You don't tax everybody. If you earn more, you pay more. Now, as a student, I can't go buying Vortic, okay? But definitely I'll buy the sachet. Most of us buy sachets. About 99% of us buy sachets on campus here. So what do? You tax those. You rate huge tax on the bottles and leave that of the sachet. But you said packaged water.
When the sachet completely appears to be the bane of the current environmental problems that we are facing in this country.
But please,
you rather impose huge taxes on the bottled water at the expense of the sachet that litters the streets everywhere.
I wouldn't like us to base our discussion on hearsay or what we think. What was taken to Parliament? What they were seeking to say, they were not looking at the environmental effects of those stuffs. They were looking at tax revenue. I have read the document. I don't know if my colleague is privy to the document.
Of course I am.
What they said was that they are taxing as it were packaged water. Now as I said earlier on, in America, let me use America, they don't tax everybody equally. Those who earn more pay more. Those who earn less pay less. Earn less pay less. So what I'm saying here is that on a normal street, the farmer in Nyadzi, my village, can't afford the bottled water. He would buy a sachet water for 5 pesos. So what do? Those in Accra who think that they have their money, let them pay as huge as they can for the bottled water. And those in Onyaze or those poor people will be at liberty to buy it at 5 pesos. I'm not saying taxes is bad, but the way we are handling our taxation is really poor. It's really poor.
Okay, thank you very much. 8 minutes to 9 is still live on Community Watch on Focus 94.3. 1406 is still the text liner. You can also send the year in which you think Focus FM was established to 1406 from all networks. First type FC, leave a space, and add the year you think Focus FM was established. Here, type FC, leave a space, send that answer, then add that answer and send it to 1406. Any question, view, or suggestion is also welcome via 1406. Type FC, and then leave a space, and then follow that with your message. Send it to 1406. Now, with the quiz, you stand a chance of winning a free ticket to the LMS Youth Empowerment Summit come Saturday at the Law Auditorium of this university. 8 minutes to 9. Philemon.
Okay, my brother,
I
want to touch on one or two issues before Philemon comes in. In your interview with Sticker, Stephen Amwa, you asked him at the point what the MPP was going to do differently when they were given the opportunity. You heard him beat about the bush and went into strict propaganda, talking about the fact that interest rates are going high and the fact that commodity prices are on the high side and that kind of thing. Do you know the interest rate, the rate of inflation we inherited in 2008? Over 22%. As we speak, the inflation figure for the month of January is 14.8%. Interest rates for the month of December were between the range of 18 to 18.5%. This clearly indicates sound fiscal consolidation and macroeconomic stability, which this government sought to champion in the whole of 2009, coming against the backdrop of the sort of economy that we inherited, an economy that was clearly plagued by so much, including a huge fiscal deficit, and coming against the background of the global economic crisis. So when Stephen Amwa is asked to comment on the issue of a new tax regime, and he goes into play the propaganda game, I would have wished he were here so that we take the debate on one-on-one, and then I tell him the achievements this government has been able to chop for this time being.